Guys, what happened today? Before we get on to our main topic, they dropped a teaser trailer out of the blue for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I've seen it. I've done a video on it. Have you all seen this teaser trailer or not?
I have not.
You haven't? Well, we're going to watch it together, and I want to get your thoughts. They're not doing copyright claims on this because my video has not been copyright claimed, so it should be safe. We should be able to watch it. I want your thoughts and opinions on it. So let's roll that culture. Let's go.
When I sleep, I see strange things.
Memories?
Not memories. New things. I see everything.
That is not everything. What a wonderful day!
So pause it. Go back to the start. Culture. So stop there. First things first. What do we think of that as a teaser?
Not bad. Is this the same universe with
it's a continuation?
All that so that was Caesar that we saw.
No, Caesar's son, I think, because he died, didn't he?
All right. Did we didn't play the stinger?
Was there a stinger for this one?
Play the stinger.
There isn't a stinger. There isn't a stinger for this one.
Better than the trailer.
There it is.
There was not a stinger back here for me to look at.
Right there.
Put this in? Huh?
It's right here.
Yo, I don't have it. Anyway, whatever. What did we think of the teaser trailer, guys? Tom, you don't like it. Why?
Where's Andy Serkis?
Yeah, okay, well, right, but why else? Come on, thoughts. Don't all just jump at once. Andre, let's get your eloquent opinion.
Sure. To me, The Planet of the Apes is a 1968 masterpiece and a twist ending and not a franchise. And I dislike any attempt at trying to force it into becoming a franchise. I really hated what Matt Reeves did to it. Kind of soured me. Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I really
kind of soured me on the whole thing. So I don't like the franchise. I mean, I guess it's like okay for what it is. Because here's like the thing: there is no Planet of the Apes movie that's going to win it over because I'm just not in the audience for it. Like it's going to I hope that the fans will enjoy it, but I look at this and I find it annoying, to be honest. It's something that I'm not even going to watch it because I don't like the franchise. I don't like the modern iteration of it.
Yeah,
I didn't hate the other three films, but at this point, I'm kind of ready to move on from that. Like that had its decade. Yeah. Like I don't need like we're hitting that point now of characters I don't care about. Like, how much longer is it going to take for us to get to the original Planet of the Apes?
Yeah,
Are you gonna
basically,
keep
this is
remaking?
Conquest of the Planet of the Apes all over again, isn't
Well,
it?
that's the thing is I liked, but I couldn't quite understand why when they initially did this series, they started in like the middle of the series. And for those who don't know what I'm saying, the original 5 films loop around on themselves. Okay, the first movie happens, second movie they blow up the planet, the third movie they go back in time, fourth, fifth movie happen, and then it basically leads back around to the first movie. So, so like them doing this the way they are, I was like, okay, I kind of saw that that's where they were headed the first time. It's like, okay, so by the time we get to the third film or whatever, we'll get back to the original movie. But at this point, I'm like, are they just meandering in this stuff? What's going on here? Because this has elements that feel like we're kind of getting towards the first movie original film again, but I'm to the point with Andre, I'm just ready to move on from this. Give me something different. I've seen CGI apes 3 times now. I'd be more interested had they give me something with costumes and masks like the Tim Burton one where you show me something different again.
Can I guess the post-credit scene of this? It's going to be like a spaceship coming.
Probably.
It's going to underperform, and we're never going to get the remake of the 1968 movie.
Well, I'll be super positive then. I think it looks great. I really like those Matt Reeves films. I think the CGI is banging. I think it looks great. I think the only issue with this culture, fast forward a little bit, so where that eagle lands on him, because Mike, back there, the compositing of the seagull, the eagle, is bloody terrible. It looks awful. The lighting's all off, the lighting direction, his eyes don't line up with what he's looking at. That's pretty garbage. Go forward a little bit more to get Orangutan Man.
No, Roman's character.
Go forward a little bit more, you get Orangutan Man. A little bit more. Keep going. You got like 5 seconds or so. Again. If you look at Orangutan Man's neck, that symbol around his neck is Caesar's window. Back in the first movie, you can go back a bit more culture now.
Yeah.
So that's quite cool. I mean, look, I like this franchise overall. I think it's good fun. I appreciate more time in this world and the universe, and I like being able to explore it. So yeah, I'm happy with this personally.
And this is better brush up than they did on the with the lighting and everything else. Like you said, I mean, a lot of this could just be render time hasn't been completed on what they're showing us.
Look at the fibers on the skin, on the hair there, man. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then go forward, you see the eye looking in the telescope is right near the way forward. It's exceptionally good CGI. A lot of this stuff. The thing is, I don't want to watch this and be like, oh, CGI is really good. It's still important to point it out when they nail it. The story looks to be apes versus gorillas. Gorillas have found electricity by the looks of it, and then the apes go on a mission to find that.
See, we've had 3 movies where it's apes fighting each other. I don't know.
I think it's cool. I don't know. It could be garbage, couldn't it? Right? But this, what it sounds like is if you like the other films, you'll probably be keen for this. But if you didn't, then you're probably a bit tired.
I think that's a very fair assessment. And in my case, that was never enthused in the first place.
Yeah,
I don't think a twist ending is a good starting point for a franchise.
Yeah,
I like the original films, but I'm just. I don't know, maybe the only thing it'll have going for it is it doesn't have Matt Reeves, but it just doesn't feel like we're getting anything new. It feels like the same thing we've gotten out of the last 2 movies.
Tom, you're vadering.
Yeah.
You're vadering.
To me, the thing about this, right, when I look at this kind of franchise, I don't need this to be anything new specifically because they're so spread out. They're so spread out from one another that when I dive back into it, it still feels fresh. It feels like, I'm meeting a friend again. It's that, I'm going back to this world that I quite enjoy. Whereas before, with the superhero movies and things like that, it's just they beat you over the head every bloody month. There's a new one do you see what I mean? That's when they're, doing nothing new with superhero movies and their constant turnover rate. Then I get sick of it. But when it's this franchise, albeit, people say it's not supposed to be a franchise. Andre, worthy criticism, but it's so spread out and you like it. It doesn't need to be any different jumping back into it.
No,
from my
I
opinion.
agree with that. I think if you like these movies, you like them, and it's cool. And I hope that you and every other fan will enjoy it, because clearly
Nick,
you're
do we
the
get your
built-in audience
opinion?
for it.
Then we got
So-
your opinion, do we?
So I'm, as far as the trailer goes, I didn't think it was a bad trailer. The only thing that stuck out to me was it looked like the lines of dialogue in the ape's mouth movement didn't really quite line up right.
It might be how it's projected through StreamYard. In fairness,
that,
mate,
that might be the case.
might
But
be it.
really, that was the only thing. But I'm kind of in the same boat with Tom and Andre on this one. Like I really like the original movies of Planet of the Apes, and I liked the first one. You know, when with Caesar, I thought that was good. I liked it, but as each one came out, I found myself being less and less interested in this iteration of the franchise. I don't hate it, but I'm also not just like super hyped for it either. It's sort of like a take it or leave it thing for me, you know.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's Culture. We get your opinion.
Look, there are some of these scenes that are very well rendered. Obviously, they spent the time and energy and money to like this scene that you called out with the eyeball and the microscope. That's human level detail that you don't see very often. But again, there's a lot of muddy at that first scene and very bad lighting projection done. And again, I think that those particular elements may not have been they definitely the most visually compelling, but they may not have been fully rendered when they needed this teaser trailer. So that would be some of my guess. These films have had better CGI than most recently, and so Marvel started to fall downhill about Civil War as far as some of their rendering stuff, and there were some terrible things in Endgame, but everything since then, Disney's not been able to figure out CGI again. I don't know. It's like they're the space program. They can't figure out how to go land a rocket on the moon. But anyway, this is way better than anything we've seen from Disney of any sort for a very long time. So, my hat's off there. I'm with you. I've liked the world that this is in. Sometimes the story is a little lacking. I just if it kind of lacks again here, I'm going to be kind of bummed. So and like Tom, I mean, there is a certain amount of repetitiveness here that maybe I'm not super stoked about. But other than that, this is a teaser trailer and it looks this good. Remember the Marvels teaser? Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I think looked better though? Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes with the practical outfits.
That's what I'm getting to.
Oh, yeah.
We've already seen this thing with the CGI apes. Give me a remake of the original film, the original story, but with the more practical effects. And I think you'd got me a lot more excited.
And you know what also looks better than this? Because I agree that the CGI of the monkeys and everything, that is amazing. It's as good as it possibly can be. But to me, looking at this and then I compare with what Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes looks like with no CGI, and hell, even Greystoke, the Legend of Tarzan. And I'm like thinking, boy, they really do like to blow a fortune on CGI, don't they? When you actually can achieve better for cheaper with practical effects. Like I have no issues with CGI. I mean, there's some people who are like extreme. I'm just saying use whatever tool is the best for the job. And when you have like a movie full of apes like this, I mean, Tim Burton did it better. It looks more realistic.
Yeah. Well,
his movie sucked, but yeah.
That's a different matter, but it looked better.
I know. Yeah. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like, that's where I'm at. You've already impressed me with the very, realistic
I think there's
CGI of the first 3 films, I'm kind of the point where I'm like, give me something different.
yeah. No, I think there's limitations to what you can do with those outfits in some way, but yeah. Well, I thought we'd take a look at that. We're going to move on to some super chats now before we dive into the main topics. Again, a lot more people have just dropped in, so you're probably hearing me going, "What the hell? Why do you sound like you've been gargling with razor blades?"
Because he has been.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sick, unfortunately. Powering on through getting this podcast done for you, though, guys. So that's why the voice is a bit messed up. Anyway,
can I say this before you go on, though? As
yeah,
far as like in defense of the whole masks thing, like we all praised Andy Serkis's performance in the motion capture, but do we forget how good Tim Roth was, Michael Clark Duncan was in that for Tim Burton? Like nobody remembers that, or at least they don't talk about it like they should, because Tim Roth just chews the fucking scenery as that
It's
ape
amazing,
in that movie.
though.
Yeah.
Well, and I like that version of it. I like the way they went about doing it. And again, I mean, CGI is supposed to be an additive, not a stand-in. And that's
what I'm saying is you can allow the actors to perform a little bit more.
Sure, I'm with you, Tom. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Did you just change the sub?
Yeah, you did.
I did nothing. I touched nothing. Both hands were away from things.
That's
kind of neat.
Because it wasn't me. I don't have control.
Right. Anyway, let's move on to some super chats going on here.
It's fine.
E. Clay Thomason for $5 says the ape lip syncing still looks really bad to me. It's like watching an episode of Lancelot Link.
Oh, I love Lancelot Link.
That's my biggest complaint with CGI is they still to this day, that's the one thing they cannot seem to figure out is how to get mouth movement right. It still looks fake as fuck.
But this isn't CGI; it's motion capture. So
same
they
difference.
It's not the same. Because it's capturing the movements of the lips and syncing it up directly, whereas CGI is creating the movements, whereas this is mapping movements. So
my whole point is the computer hasn't been able to figure it out yet.
I think if you watch the trailer on your own computer, I think it links up better because I didn't notice any of that when I was watching it personally.
I'm talking about the actual movement itself. It just doesn't look natural.
Compared to like Chucky. It is unnatural, isn't it? It's bloody apes.
Well, no. But I mean, compared to how they can get Chucky's mouth to move now and all that kind of stuff in comparison.
Chucky's a bad example.
I don't know if it's a bad example.
I think some of the again, and Chucky is a practical effect lip wire.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, they're able to sync it up with the computer, and his mouth movement looks like he's actually talking now, and that's my point.
Well, actually, we used. Go ahead.
We gotta get some of these super chats done, guys.
Oh, sorry.
We got a lot to cover today, and my voice went.
You want me to read some of these, Nate?
Mexican Iron Man for $4.99. Says this trailer looks great. I can't wait. I'm all in for this on Memorial Day.